up, everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here, and yes, I am back with one of those DVD / Blu-ray updates that we all love. This is going to be my haul for January. January was kind of a lackluster month for releases, in my opinion. So, and I didn't really pick up a lot of stuff here per se. I have a few DVDs to show off, but I have a massive Blu-ray haul. It's really kind of strange. It's usually the other way around, but yeah, it's just the way it kind of worked out this month. Very, very odd. So, but of course, update time. So you know what that is? Beer time. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. First thing up, though, that I'm going to show is that I actually just got these in the mail today, and I've been wanting to check these out for so long. Ever since I think they came out a few months ago, and of course I had to get my hands on them. Kind of a little bit late on the boat there, but when the third issue dropped, I pre-ordered it, so I had to wait for the other ones to ship with them and stuff. But of course I got the zombie, Lucio Fulci zombie comics. Amazing. This brings me back to my childhood, buying comics again. So damn cool. These are absolutely beautiful releases. I only opened up the first one here. Really cool. They come with these slip boxes, as you can see. So here's the comic inside. And it's got like a bunch of extra goodies and stuff in here. Comes with like this little pamphlet thing. Dawn of the Sleeve, take 2. So it's got like this kind of stuff in there. Comes with their own little zombie cards, which is really cool. This is Dr. Bernard. Really cool stuff. All these little add-ins, really, really cool stuff. Like all this little stuff here. And of course we got a zombie sticker, which is really cool. Like, I mean, that's really cool, man. Plus, you know, these awesome slip boxes, really cool. And of course, the comic itself. Here's issue 1. And I have to say, man, I just kind of skimmed through this, and the artwork is absolutely amazing. Like, it looks so good. If you guys were ever fans of comics, you know, you might want to check these out. They're really cool. But I mean, I couldn't pass these up, man. Fulci's my favorite director, so I really had to jump on these. They're going to be doing ones for, I think, the Beyond. I think for the whole Gates of Hell trilogy, actually, they're going to be doing them too. So I'm not sure if this is it for the zombie, the zombie comics, if there's just going to be 3 of them, but, you know, whatever. But yeah, so that's the first one. Here's the second one. I just haven't opened it yet. Very cool. Oh, we got some animated boobies on the back there. And here's the third one. So very, very cool. These are limited. This one right here is to 2,000. This was 2,000. I think this first one was 1,000. I think it's the repress. I'm not sure. But anyways, lo and behold, these are pretty damn cool, I have to say, man. I'm just so stoked that they're like this quality, man. Like, really amazing stuff, man. Yeah, couldn't pass them up. Lucio Fulci comics. Check them out. Kind of geeky, but, you know, it is what it is, man. I like them, so. Alright, guys. Let's get into these DVDs. First up here, got a documentary I've been after forever. Basically what I did this month is I only grabbed a few things, a couple things that were on my wish list, and that's about it. Just been really busy and just, yeah, you know, it is what it is, man. Just wasn't buying a lot of things this month, DVD-wise. And this one right here, I'm so happy I finally got in, and it's Machete Maidens. This is the documentary about making exploitation horror films in the Philippines in like the late 60s, early 70s. Mostly to do with Roger Corman and his company and stuff, and there's a lot of great interviews on here, and oh my god, some of the stories are outrageous, man. I highly, highly recommend this, man. If you guys are fans of, you know, the Corman stuff from that era, you have to check this out. The stories are just unbelievable. How filmmaking was, there was no health and safety in the Philippines in those times, so the stuntmen used to use no nets, and like people used to die, and a whole pile of just insane, outrageous, outlandish shit would happen. You know, Roger Corman's low budgets and stuff, and it's just an amazing, amazing documentary. Came out in 2010. Finally get my hands on this from Dark Sky Films. So the documentary is about an hour and a half, and then there's about an hour and a half of like bonus extended interviews and stuff, which I watched too. So really great stuff. And actually there's a story in the bonus part of this that I could not fucking believe. It's just outrageous, man, involving little midgets and actually raping her. So it's insane. It's insane. So you got to check out this documentary. It's just absolutely phenomenal stuff right here. Machete Maidens. Highly, highly recommend it. Loved it. Next up here, is another documentary I've had in my wish list for so long. And it's from Alpha Video, so I wasn't really 100% sure on grabbing this, but it was super cheap, so I was like, why not? And that is the Amicus House of Horrors documentary. It's pretty cool, actually, man. You know, it's 2 discs. I was surprised that Alpha Video was going to put out something like this. PQ is not bad on it. It's pretty good. I'm only about an hour into it. It was pretty dry in the start because it tells, like, the absolute start of Amicus and like the guy who started it, and it's a lot of interviews of these older British people, and they're pretty dry. It's not very animated and stuff, like, you know, like something like this right here, it's like really damn good. But I know it's gonna get better, but I have to go back to it. I started watching it late at night and stuff, so but yeah, Amicus, I'm a big fan of the studio, so, you know, gotta check it out. It's really long. I think it's like, I want to say it's like 4 hours or something like that. I don't know, two DVDs or something, but yeah, Amicus, pretty cool stuff. Oh, next up, thanks to my man Jeremy NES Ruler 20 Deuce. He sent me this over finally. I think he bought me this DVD like 2 years ago, just never sent it to me. Finally got around to watching it too, and I have to say, exists. This movie is phenomenal. Like, seriously, I've seen a lot of Bigfoot / Sasquatch / Yeti films in my day. And this one right here is about the best one I've ever seen. It is done so well. It's actually terrifying. It's shot so well. The effects are really good in this. Bigfoot looks awesome. It's not one of these stupid-ass found... I mean, it's found footage, but it's not one of these films where they go and investigate and you only get to see the fucking Bigfoot, like, for a millisecond at the end of the film. Willow Creek. Or maybe that's the one. I don't know. There's a bunch of them, man. Fucking Bigfoot County was another one like that. All the same stupid storylines, but this was cool, man. I really enjoyed this film. It was great. Really well done. Eduardo Sanchez, man, just knocked out the park. You can tell the influence from Blair Witch, of course, from his Blair Witch film. It's really funny, actually, because there's a scene in this film where you can hear someone screaming in the background, and it's very much like Blair Witch, man. It's really creepy and shit like that, but loved it. I absolutely love that film, man. I can't believe it took me this long to actually check it out, but oh, good stuff. Highly recommended. Next up is a new one from Intervision, double feature of Murder Lust and Project Nightmare. I've actually done a double feature review on this. It's uploaded in my channel just on private right now. I've just got so many other videos I want to get out before and stuff, so you'll probably end up seeing that review a few days after this update comes up. But yeah, Murder Lust from 1986 and Project Nightmare, which officially was made in 1979, but officially came out in 1987, I believe, by the same director, Donald Jones. Pretty cool stuff. Check out my reviews. It's on the same video, so pretty cool stuff. Next up here is one that I had to grab, and I can't believe I actually overlooked this film because, I mean, not for it being a good film, it's just, I collect movies that start with don't. I love titles of films that start with don't. It's just one of my quirky things. Like, I like blood titles and slaughter titles and massacre titles. I'm a dork like that. But this one right here, I just, you know, every time I'm looking for don't films, it never came up. I could never find this one. All of a sudden one day I randomly came across it, and it's called Don't Look in the Attic. I really like that cover. It's pretty cool shit. This is an Italian film from like 1982. And it's pretty bad. It's actually really bad. Kind of entertaining, pretty short and stuff, but there's like this weird ass incest shit going on about these 3 family members, these 3 surviving family members from all different families who inherit their family's villa. So they all kind of move into the same house, and they're just kind of meeting each other for the first time. They're all cousins, and this one cousin loses his wife in this film. So, and there's a girl that lives in the house with his girl cousin. Well, he tries to marry her. He like wants to hook up and marry. It's just fucking so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Pretty bad film, to be honest. Released by Substance, so you know the DVD transfer is like total shit. But this was, it was pretty funny actually. The music, man, who did the music in this film? Stevo Caponeri. He's done music for like a million Italian films. His score in this isn't really the greatest, but it feels like it's chopped up too. Anyways, Don't Look in the Attic. Cool artwork though. So, next up is one that I've pretty much heard absolutely nobody talk about from last year. It says it came out in 2014. I think it just got released last year officially. And it's a film called Summer Camp. Now this one right here, I thought when I watched it, I thought it was going to be a slasher film. It turns out it is actually not. It's like an infection film. And I have to say the premise behind this film is pretty damn cool. It's pretty cool how these people get infected and what happens when they get infected. I'll just kind of leave it at that. I think it was really, really well done. Kind of fast-paced, and it switches up all the time. It's really interesting. Don't let this really shitty cover art of, almost offend you. No, affect your opinion of the film, because it's worth it, man. It's really good. I liked it. Just missed my top 30 from last year. Good film. Next up here is one that, my man Matt from Junior Horror Movies, I was watching one of his updates and he picked this up, and I actually totally forgot about this film. I knew about this one, completely just spaced on it for years. And it's an anthology film from the 90s, I believe 95, released by MVD, and it's called The Dark Dealer. Basically about this blackjack dealer, and these guys are like in hell kind of deal, and they're, telling their stories and shit. It's really fucking cheesy, very 90s effects and stuff, and I mean like the pinnacle of 90s effects in acting, and this one screams 90s nostalgia. It's pretty bad, but it's so much fun. I had so much fun watching this, man. The story, the second story in this, oh my god, man. The corrupt lawyer steals the music. Fuck. Good shit, man. The Dark Dealer. Next up here is one of the newest ones for Massacre Video, and that's Olaf Ittenbach's Black Past. Finally got this in. I still haven't gotten around to checking it out. This is one I didn't watch this month. But yeah, I've been waiting for this to come out for so long. I'm thinking I might actually end up doing a review on this. I think I've seen a copy of this years ago. I haven't seen, I obviously haven't watched this one, but I don't think it's had subtitles, and so I didn't really finish it, but yeah, so. Plus this is uncut too. Cool stuff. From 33, we grabbed Son of Kong. This is the sequel to King Kong, of course. I know this is on Blu-ray, but it was $2. I actually got this one used, and I was like, why not? I'll just grab it for now. I know the Blu-ray here is so expensive. It's like $30. I'm just really not spending $30 on Son of Kong. It's okay. It's a fun film. It is what it is, man. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's okay. Next up here is number 6 in the Jess Franco line, released by Full Moon, and that is Love Letters of a Portuguese Nun. I've actually never seen this film before. It's still unopened. They're taking their sweet ass time releasing these 10 films in this collection, man. It's been like a year and a half. Apparently they were going to release one a month for like 10 months and get it over with, but that's just really not happening because it's Full Moon. I think there's a little bit of boobs on the cover there. Sorry, guys. But, anyways, man. Portuguese Love Letters of Portuguese Nun. Cool stuff. Next up here from Code Red. Finally got around to getting this film, man. I seen this film years ago, and I thought it was so much fun. I believe that there's a longer version of this film. I think the version I seen was a little bit longer, so I don't know if this is like a cut version or if it's just like there was 2 different versions of the film, which would kind of mean it was cut. I don't know. But, yeah, we got the cheerleaders here. Basically about a bunch of slutty cheerleaders that get this bright idea to go and tire out the other team before big game. This movie has tits in every scene, man. It's ridiculous. So much fun. It's so fucking cheesy and fun. 1973 cheerleaders, man. Good stuff. That was like the first one that kind of started the whole thing, man. I know Jack Hill did one, and there's like a bunch of cheerleaders films, but I know there was like 3 that were kind of connected to each other. And then last up for the DVDs here, we got one released by Tokyo Shock, and it's called Gojo. Still have yet to watch this one. It just looks insane. Spirit War Chronicle. I like these kind of sword and sorcery kind of kung fu films and shit. These ones are always insanely long. Like, this movie is at 138 minutes. Like, what the fuck, man? It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, a pretty cool find, actually. I found this for $2, so another used one, but can't go wrong. Tokyo Shock. I usually don't find a lot of these in the wild, especially around here, so that was kind of cool. So, but yeah, that's going to do it for the DVDs. Like I said, I only picked up 12. I only picked up 12 DVDs all month, but my Blu-ray haul is ridiculous, so stay tuned for that. Be back in a second. Oh yeah, let's get into these Blu-rays. Alright. Yeah, I usually don't pick up this many Blu-rays in one month, but I think I picked up 37. It's a pretty crazy haul of Blu-rays. Not gonna lie, I've got some really good shit in here. All quality. Alright, first up here, had to pull the trigger on this, man. I've been dying to upgrade this because I absolutely forgot how much I love this film until I revisited it. And it's just so much fun. It's so It's so Cronenberg. And that is Naked Lunch. This movie is so damn bizarre and just very, very cool. It's based on a novel, which I need to read, man. I think reading this novel would be really cool too. But it's so strange. If you guys have seen this, and if you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen this, it's bizarre. It's got talking bugs and weird shit all through the film. It's just like, it's hallucinatory and it's bizarre. So good. Love this film. Naked Lunch, released by Criterion. And yeah, transfer on this, goddamn. Very, very Criterion. Just awesome. Next up is another documentary that I highly, highly recommend. This movie, they did a great job with this, man. Really good stuff. And that is You're So Cool, Brewster, the story of Fright Night. This is absolutely an amazing release. So good. It is all regions. Someone asked me this the other day. It is all regions, so if you're wondering, it's out of the UK. But really cool stuff. Here's a slipcover. There's the cover. I actually got a poster with this thing too. Pretty cool stuff. Comes with a pretty awesome booklet in there, or a comic book. And it's got 3 discs. So this is pretty pretty extensive. I think the documentary was roughly 4 hours or something like that. 350 minutes. So it was like, yeah, four and a half hours, whatever that is. Amazing stuff, man. I learned a lot of shit. It's really cool them talking about the effects and like how the film came to be and shit. And it's just really great stuff. Really great stuff, man. I highly recommend this. If you're a big fan of Fright Night like I am, this is the film that got me into horror in, '85. So I give a lot of props to this thing, man. It's amazing. But great stories, man. I loved it. Awesome. Next up here from Real Gore Releasing is one that I really didn't need to buy again. I actually have the original Indie Steelbook release of this, so I'm just being greedy. And I picked up this, but yeah, so I actually still haven't even watched a transfer on it, but if it's the same one or not. But The Orphan Killer by Real Gore Releasing. I really like this slasher film. I think it's gory. It's pretty good. The only thing I don't care for is the really obnoxious soundtrack in this. I think if it had a better soundtrack, I think it would be pretty much a better slasher film. But it does, man. It has got great gore in this, man. So, pretty cool. Really surprised there hasn't been a sequel to this, to be honest. I think there was supposed to be one, but not sure. Next up here from Mondo Macabro, we have Night Has 1,000 Desires, another Jess Franco film that I have not watched yet, actually. Yeah, this one right here I heard is super, super sleazy, man. Super sleazy. It's got Lena Romay in it, which was actually, I believe, his girlfriend or his wife at the time when they were filming these and shit. And she did a lot of hardcore shit in his films. It was pretty fucked up, but yeah, Mondo Macabro, awesome stuff. Can't go wrong. Next up here from Scream Factory. This is the only Scream Factory release I picked up this month, as I really don't buy a lot of Scream Factory releases anymore. And we got Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. Didn't really need to upgrade these films until I found out that they actually have like the extended versions of these on there and shit like that. Pretty cool stuff. Man, I rewatched both these. They're so much fun, man. They're so bad, but like so much fun. Slumber Party Massacre 2 has to be the weirdest slasher film ever made. It's like a rockabilly, supernatural, fucking weird fest. Slumber Party Massacre 3 is just an all-out cheese fest, but it's pretty fun. The thing that really kind of bugged me about this release, though, is that they have Slumber Party Massacre 2. You can watch the R-rated version in high def, and you can watch the extended unrated version in standard. Now, I don't know why they didn't just put the extended version stuff into the other version, into the high def version, just have it standard. I don't know why they didn't just do that, because they did that for the third one. You can actually watch the extended version in high def with some standard definition cut-ins. It's like, the fuck can they do that for both of them? I really don't understand that. But anyways, transfers look really good on these, though. I will admit, really good. Next up here is kind of a fucking debacle of a story here. It pisses me off so bad. So I pre-ordered this film when it first came out for pre-order on Amazon.ca. Lo and behold, when it got released, it was temporarily out of stock. Usually I would cancel my order, go somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. I didn't this time because it was going to cost me actually way more to get it from anywhere else. So I just kind of sat on the pre-order, and then it finally shipped like 2 months later because, this has been out for a while. And I got it, and it doesn't have a fucking slipcover. Now, I usually don't even care about slipcovers and stuff, but for this Vestron series, This kind of pisses me off because these are all damn numbered. Here's Chud 2 that came the same day, and I actually put them in the collection and they look all fucked. This Return of the Living Dead 3 is driving me nuts. So I did the thing I said I'd never ever do. I have a million films, and I actually sent this back hoping to get one with slipcover. It came back with this, and I'm just like, I give up. I totally give up because everywhere has it overpriced right now, and with shipping and conversion to get it from the States, it's going to cost me more. So I guess I'm kind of stuck like this unless someone, you know, puts a fucking slippy on, a slippy? I just said slippy. A slipcover on eBay or something like that. And like, I generally wouldn't give a shit, but when they're numbered and they're all uniform, it just doesn't look uniform anymore. It looks ridiculous, but... So that's why I haven't watched it yet. Chud 2, so I didn't check out the transfer on this, man, but Chud 2 is such a bad film. It would be a good film, I mean a decent film, if it was just a film on its own. You know, Chud 2, it's not even a sequel, it's ridiculous, but I've seen this film many times actually, but yeah, Chud 2. Next up here from Scorpion, finally got around to picking up The Rift. Love this film, man. It has this like total 90s feel to it. It's like totally ridiculous. Or like not 90s feel, but like it actually kind of does feel like the 90s, like hardcore, but it feels like TV 90s at the same time. So it's so much fun, man. Some of the effects in this are ridiculous. It's like it all takes place underwater, like in this submarine type deal. Pretty cool stuff, man. It's got R. Lee Emery in it. He plays like the captain. That's pretty fucking good, man. The acting in this film is just so appalling, though. It's so cheesy and bad, but I thought the storyline was pretty cool, man. Pretty fun stuff. The Rift. Another one here from Scorpion that I had to grab because I found out it was actually the uncut version. I didn't even realize that the Shriek Show DVD was actually technically cut. I'm not sure how much was actually cut out of that DVD, to be honest. I watched this too. It looks fantastic on Blu-ray. And that's Don't Go in the House. Yeah, I love this movie, man. You guys probably know I wear the Don't Go in the House shirt quite often. Love this movie. It's just, it's such a... it's such a fucked up film, man. Basically about a guy with a mummy complex who likes to burn women and shit. Yeah, it's pretty awesome shit, man. I love this, man. The transfer, whew, really, really good stuff. I was very impressed with this, but... yeah, Don't Go in the House. Actually, has a reversible cover art. I've seen a lot of people show this DVD Blu-ray off with this cover. You guys can see that. It's kind of a hokey cover, but yeah, it's kind of cool, actually. I do really prefer the original. I think the original is just fantastic, so check it out. Good stuff. Vinegar Syndrome just got these in the mail, and so I haven't even opened up the packages yet, but we got we got Don't Answer the Phone, which I actually didn't grab the Scorpion Blu-ray when this got released by Scorpion, because I already had the DVD. So I didn't really miss out on it, I just didn't grab it. But then when Vinegar Syndrome announced, I was like, you know what, it's probably time to upgrade, because I believe this is a 4-scan from the original 35mm prints. So, and Vinegar Syndrome is like one of my favorite companies out. They do the best shit right now. They just can't do wrong in my eyes. So I'm really looking forward to checking this out. Such a sleazy movie. I've seen this many times. I love it. Don't Answer the Phone, video nasty. Can't go wrong. And also from Vinegar Syndrome, man, this is awesome. I'm so glad that I waited on Point of Terror. I was going to grab this DVD so many times without a print and shit, and I never did. So this is kind of a cool double feature. And I found out today that this was actually a limited release, and that's double feature Blood Mania and Point of Terror. Really awesome stuff. And I was looking on the back here, and it says limited edition exclusive bonus DVD featuring alternate TV versions for both film. I didn't even know this release was limited, plus I didn't know about that bonus feature on this, so that's really damn cool. Always a bonus, I guess, when you get these things right away. I don't know. But like I said, Vinegar Syndrome, gotta do it, man. Gotta do it, so can't wait to check those out. Probably actually gonna watch them after this, so. Next up here from Troma, we got Honky Holocaust. I can't wait to check this out, man. I think it's literally the story of, like, Charles Manson, and, you know, like the whole Charles Manson story where he believes that, you know, the Beatles album was, you know, telling him stories and blah, blah, blah. Well, in this film, instead of the white people taking over the world in the race war, the black people have taken over, and now he's got to fight against the black people. Apparently it's something like that. I was just kind of reading a quick little synopsis. It doesn't really say it in those words, but apparently it's like, it's pretty like hokey and ridiculous and stuff. Super low budget, Troma shit, trash, but it's funny, man. There's a quote on, or no, where is it? I don't know, Lloyd Kaufman even says it's like his best film he's seen in 40 years. Lloyd Kaufman's on drugs. But, you know, my Troma shit, man. And then we got another one here from Troma, and we got BC Butcher. Fuck yeah. I did a review on this film, directed by Kansas Bowling, 17-year-old female. Very, very interesting. She shot this on 16mm film. Like, 17-year-old girl shooting on 16mm film. This is crazy. It's low budget, obviously, really, really cheesy and stuff, but it's fun. You know, it's a parody, and it's got a lot of damn heart in it, man. It's got a cameo from Kato Kaelin in this. If you're unfamiliar with him, he was like the dude from the OJ trial. He's kind of famous for that. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's definitely not for everybody, like all Troma films, but give it a shot, man. It's actually pretty interesting. Check out my review. Next up here from 88 Films in the Italian collection, we got Hands of Steel. Oh my god. This is a first time watch for me. This movie is so much fun. It is so cheesy. I love the action in this, man. The lead in this film, Daniel Green, is gotta be the funniest actor. His mannerisms and the way he was delivering lines had me in fucking stitches one night. I was just pissing myself. Oh my god, he's just like this buff dude who just cannot act. It's just so good, man. I love this film. Great stuff from Sergio Martino, man. I loved every second of this. Transfer's awesome. Good stuff. Next up here from 88 Films, also in the Italian collection, we got Burial Ground. I grabbed this because, man, the 7 releases in Canada are like $40 to $50. I got this for like freaking 15 bucks Canadian or something. So I'm paying like less than half for this release, which looks really damn good, by the way. You know, I had to upgrade this, man. Burial Ground is one of my favorite zombie films of all time. It's just so amazingly bad and awesome. It just has so many memorable scenes. I love the effect. I love the way the zombies look in this film. And of course, we've got, you know, the little, not the midget kid, but, you know, the kid that's actually an adult with his mother, and those awesome scenes are great. But, again, really fun stuff, man. So maybe that Severin release goes down one day. Maybe I'll grab it too, because I love that film so much. But yeah, really, really amazing stuff, man. And then we got Umberto Lenzi's Man from Deep River from 88 Films Italian collection. Also, another upgrade for me. These are pretty much all like Shriek Show upgrades. Pretty cool stuff, man. Actually, I was going to flip the card. I kind of like this, the Deep River Savages, I believe, which is the original title for the film. Pretty cool. I like that cover art right there. Really good stuff. Transfer looks awesome. I love this film, man. It's the film that started out the whole cannibal genre. A lot of people always debate that this film is not even a cannibal film. I completely disagree because, well, there is cannibalism. The film's actually not strictly about cannibalism. It has cannibal parts in it, but it is the one that started it. You can't deny that. I mean, Umberto Lenzi and Ruggero Deodato have actually even stated that in interviews before, so yeah. Another one from the Italian collection, 88 Films, Blade in the Dark, another upgrade for me. Yeah, I think I'm just really going to start collecting these. I love this line. I absolutely love this line. Love Lamberto Bava. I love this film. It's great. The score is fantastic in this. Yeah, if you've never seen a Blade in the Dark, good giallo, slasher-esque giallo type film. Yeah, man, I love this. Great stuff. I said I love a lot on this update. And the last one here from the 88 Films Italian collection is, of course, Night Train Murders. Fantastic, fantastic transfer. I actually just reviewed this on the Hatchet Trilogy podcast, so if you guys want to know more about this. Actually, I've reviewed this film even on my channel before. I've reviewed this film a couple times. I'm a big fan of this. I actually prefer this over Last House on the Left. I know, blasphemy, right? No, and it's not just because it's Italian. Some people have said that to me. I actually do prefer this film. I think it's a better made film, to be honest. And it's so sadistic in itself. I mean, just the girl in this film almost pisses me off because, like, she's like this, she was never part of it at first. I don't know, man. There's just things about this film I just find to be so disturbing. It's probably the right word, but yeah, great stuff from Aldo Lato. Yeah, awesome. Continue with the UK stuff here, man. Oh, so happy to finally get this shameless release of Michel Suave's The Sec, also known as The Devil's Daughter. Good film, man. This was actually, believe it or not, a first-time watch for me. I'd never seen this film because it didn't really have a great release and stuff, and I was just kind of waiting it out, and lo and behold, we get a Blu-ray. So that was cool. I'm a big fan. Michelle Suave's done like 4 fantastic horror films. You know, this is really good. It's definitely my least favorite one out of his 4. This one has a really quirky story. The way the story's told in this is really interesting. Pretty cool stuff. I thought it was pretty entertaining until the end was a little bit too much. I thought it was actually just really bad. Like, the ending wasn't that great to this film. So it kind of brought it down for me a little bit. It's definitely no Cemetery Man, that's for sure. You know, the church is really good and stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. It's good. Transfer is fantastic. It looks beautiful. It really does look awesome. So, and this release right here, someone did ask me the other day, and I believe it is a Region 2. I don't know if it says on here or not. I don't know, but apparently it's limited. I didn't even know it was limited. So there's a number in the corner there, 1260. Again, didn't even know. But yeah, I do recommend this, man. It's good. If you're a big fan of Suave's work, you got to check it out. Good shit. Continuing along with the this is more 88 film stuff here. We got some of the slasher collection stuff. Drive-In Massacre. Now, I honestly could not believe how good this film looked on Blu-ray. Absolutely astounding. Astounding. I've had DVDs over the years, and they've looked so bad, it's hard to watch. This one, it just looks like a normal fucking movie. It's crazy. The transfer is insanely beautiful. Still not the greatest film in the world, but fun. I really dig Drive-In Massacre. I think it's a pretty fun film, but wow, I cannot believe the transfer that they did on this. It's crazy, crazy shit. I believe Severin's releasing this now, which I'm pretty damn happy with this version, so pretty awesome stuff. What was the reversible cover on this? Oh yeah, they're custom art. It's okay, but I love the original. Love the original of that. Good stuff. And last up from the 88 film stuff here, we have Double Jeopardy, also known as Prozzy. You're probably more familiar with that title. You know, it's Prozzy right there. I have no idea why this movie is part of the slasher collection, because it is most definitely not a slasher film whatsoever. So, Uwe Lamel, not really my favorite director in the world. You know, The Boogeyman, I don't mind, but I don't know, man. Devon's Voltaire, I actually kind of like that. I think that movie's pretty good, but probably his best film, Devon Voltaire. Okay, kind of boring. Didn't really care for it all that much. Next up is one I actually reviewed on the latest podcast also, come to think of it, and it is the greatest title in the history of cinema, and that is Don't Fuck in the Woods. Yes, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, if you guys have checked out the podcast, you've heard my review. If you haven't, check this out, man. It's pretty good low-budget stuff. It's not really exactly what you think it's going to be. It does definitely look like a bona fide slasher. In a sense, it kind of is the way it plays out, but the killer's a little bit different. But the premise behind this makes sense for the title, Don't Fuck in the Woods. It's so funny. It actually had me pissing myself. I was like, that's pretty good, but good stuff. Man, I can't believe that I found this for the price I did. I paid $22 for this. This thing usually goes for like $50, $60, and it was a brand new copy. I found it on Amazon. I was like, oh my god. I didn't think I was going to get the right one, or maybe it was going to fall fucked up, but it was brand new. And that is the double feature of The Night of the Werewolf and Vengeance of the Zombie. Paul Naschy double feature Blu-ray for 21 or 22. I can't remember. Something like that. And these look great. They really do look really good. I was quite impressed with the transfers on these for what they are. I mean, I have Vengeance of the Zombies on DVD, and it looks pretty rough. But I've always wanted to get Night of the Werewolf. That's actually the film that I prefer out of the two of these. But yeah, if you guys can come across this for a good price, snag them up. They must have reprinted some of these, or somebody had a bunch of copies, because I know this is out of print, and for the longest time it was going for silly, silly bucks. I've seen copies of this for like $100 at one time. I was like, that's crazy shit. So, but yeah, you can locate it, check it out. It's awesome. Picked up a copy of my favorite film from last year, and that is Train to Busan. I love this Southern Korean zombie film, man. So full of emotion. I love the story in this. I love everything about this movie. Actually made me tear up. I'm not even gonna lie. I think I said that in my top 30 films of 2016 video. Anyways, it's crazy, man. How a film like this, how you can get so involved in it, and it did everything good for me, man. I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was fantastic. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and check this out. It's amazing. Yeah, you won't be disappointed. Well, hopefully you won't be. Another one here from the UK. Finally got... I wish they had used the original cover art on this, or the original poster art, because that poster art is so damn cool. And I used to have an original one sheet that I got from Video Update back in the day, which I wish I still had that thing because it was amazing. And that is, of course, Split Second, starring Rutger Hauer. I love this film. So gory. It's so damn gory. It's like a sci-fi, almost post-apocalyptic type film set in this really strange world where... set in 2008, so it's set in the future. Yeah, and it's in London, and yeah, like it's just all flooded from all the rainfall, kind of the fallout and stuff. Rutger Hauer's amazing in this film. Everything he says is he's just grumpy funny. It's hilarious. But it's a really cool type alien. It's a really interesting story, man. You gotta check this out. Thought transfer looked pretty damn cool. This is released from 101 Films. It was really cheap, man. I think this thing was only £6.99 or something like that. So, gotta check it out, man. Region 2. So. Next up, we got some Arrow stuff here, and we got Hell Comes to Frogtown. This is the reissue. I missed this the first time around, so whatever, all cool. I love this. Man, I always wish that Roddy Piper had done more acting. I love him as an actor, man. You know, between this and They Live, he just cracks me up nonstop, man. He's just such a natural actor and a natural funny guy that I wish he had done more stuff. Like better stuff anyways. But this is such a bizarre film. If you've never seen Hell Comes to Frogtown, you got to check it out, man. It's just, you know, he's a fertile man, and he's kind of needed to impregnate all these beautiful women, so he's being brought somewhere. It's ridiculous. It's such a ridiculous premise, but so much fun. Transfer is amazing. I love that film. A lot of fun. Next up is one of my favorite Abel Ferrara films, man. I love this film. God, I've said man, keep a tally on that. But this is such a great film, and you know, I hadn't seen it in a long time. Got my DVD upstairs, but I had to upgrade, and that's King of New York. Fucking Frank White, man. I have to say, man, Christopher Walken kills this role. He is so good in this film, like really, really good. I wish he had done more films like this, because he's so damn menacing. He has one of those faces where when you look at Christopher Walken, you want to trust him, but on the other hand, you're not sure, and it's perfect. He's like the perfect cast for these type of roles. Yeah, Abel Ferrara knocked this one out of the park, man. Really good stuff. I love that film. And last up for the Arrow stuff here, we got the Count Yorga collection. Flip the cover. That's the first... Well, the artwork for the first one, but it does have Return to Count Yorga on it too, which are both fantastic films. Really, really good stuff. When I was younger, I used to see these around, and I used to think they were comedies. They're actually not comedies whatsoever. Yeah, I picked this up, even though I have the Return to Count Yorga on the Screen Factory Blu-ray. I didn't want to pick up the other one because Twilight Times are releases, so I grabbed this, which was, you know, $7.99. So why not? Good stuff, though, man. I like both films. The end of the first film, man. Oh my god, I was rolling. I hadn't seen it in years, and I was rolling, man. It's just so funny the way it goes down. His performance is just, it's fucking priceless, man. It's just so good. Robert Corey's so good. The second one's pretty fun too. This time he's like in Frisco and shit. That's good. I love this. Awesome. Awesome. And then last up for the Blu-rays here is a big stack of Code Red releases. Big ups to my man Brandon from the Exploding Heads Horror Podcast. Big shout out to the Exploding Heads Horror Podcast. He was kind enough to help me out. I sent him over some cash so he could pick me up this, just because I got free shipping and stuff, and he just offered to do it. And that is Slaughterhouse Rock. I haven't seen this movie in so damn long, I don't even remember a thing of it. It's like, looking at the screenshots on the back, I'm like, I don't even know if I've actually ever seen this. I might even be lying to myself. But I've heard the transfer looks really good and stuff, so I can't wait to check out Slaughterhouse Rock. It's been one of those films been heavily bootlegged forever and stuff, so yeah, just got that in. Can't even believe this got a Blu-ray release, man. I have the old, I guess, Australian DVD release, which was officially the only release in the world at the time before this Blu-ray came out. And that's Hide and Go Shriek. I watched this again. It's still a fun film. The ending makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's ridiculous. But it's a fun slasher film. It really is. Transfer's good. It looks really, really good. I was impressed. Code Red's definitely changed their game. They're really stepping it up now. Like when they say scan, 2K scans and shit, I think they're actually doing that. This is not like the Redeemer type Blu-ray. Looks good. I highly recommend that release. It's good shit. Now here's one I'd never seen before. I popped in. I didn't really know what to expect, but I grabbed this solely because the title's pretty cool, but I'm a big fan of Oliver Reed. I love anything that Oliver Reed's in. I think the guy is just an amazing actor. Really good stuff. And that is Maniac, a Killer. It's a really quirky film. Action type, vigilante type. I don't know, it's not vigilante, but this guy's going around killing people and shit like that, and it's just like a really wonky story, man. I had a lot of fun with this though, man. It was pretty good. Oliver Reed, fuck, I love him, man. I love him. He's like a hired hitman or something to go and take out this guy who's killing off all these rich people and shit. It's good shit, man. The cover really is a little bit misleading. It's kind of the first scene in the film right here, where this guy's dressed as a clown, and like that's what I thought it was. This dude dressed up as a clown the entire film, but it actually isn't. So, but pretty fun shit. Next up here is one from the director of I Drink Your Blood, and starring Philip Michael Thomas, which is pretty damn cool. I think this was his first role actually before he was on Miami Vice. Everybody knows Philip Michael Thomas. I mean, if you grew up in the 80s or was a fan of Miami Vice, you know who this guy is. This is a very, very strange film called Stigma. It's not really necessarily a horror film. It's more of like a drama thriller. Basically about, he's a character, he gets out of jail. He's a doctor, he went to jail for some abortion bullshit. And he gets called to this island from this other doctor. Anyways, when he arrives, the doctor's dead, so he has to kind of take over. Well, he soon uncovers that there's a lot of people that are kind of suffering from syphilis. There's this outbreak and shit, and people are trying to cover it up, and he's trying to take care of people. He's trying to get to the bottom of why people are spreading syphilis and shit. It's like this really strange story. I thought it was really good. It was actually pretty entertaining. I just wanted to see what the conclusion of this film was going to be, and it was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. It's definitely hokey, very, very strange. The curse that begins with a kiss. Stigma. She's got it. Like, how fucking awesome is that? Pretty amazing shit, man. But I had a lot of fucking fun with this, man. It was really damn cool. Next up here, we finally got a good release of Mutant, Winghauser and Bo Hopkins. I love this film, man. It's really good shit. Transfer is amazing. I have an old shitty DVD of this that's like really hard to watch, very, very muddy and shit. I popped this in, I went, whoa, man, Derek was right. This thing looks really damn good. I love that, man. When you pop in a Blu-ray or pop in a film that had a really bad DVD transfer before and then it looks like this, it's so worth the upgrade. You just don't feel bad about it at all. Not like I feel bad about upgrading these films, but yeah, Mutants from Code Red. Definitely check this out. It's an interesting story, actually. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, Mutant, good stuff. Yeah, next up here, we've got one that, at first I wasn't really going to upgrade, but then I thought about it. The decision I made, or how I made my decision, was I popped in my DVD and I was like, you know what, this DVD actually doesn't look as good as I remember. And I heard that the transfer is really damn cool, and I love this film, man. I'm such a big fan of this. Just a lot of things that are involved with this too, and that's House on the Edge of the Park, of course, starring David Hess, directed by Ruggero Deodato. I love this movie, man. I think it's just, it's vicious, man. It's really, really vicious. I like how the story develops itself and how it concludes too. It's really good. David Hess, man, just playing that same fucking piece of shit from Last House on the Left and a bunch of other films that he's played in. Fucking Hitchhike. He just always plays this shady character. Good stuff though. Transfer is really fantastic. Highly recommend it. I would say pick it up. Another one here from Code Red, in a film that I put off grabbing the DVD for so many years. This is always available by Code Red. It kind of never went out of print, I don't think. And that's The Vampire's Night Orgy. Pretty interesting vampire film. I think it's a Spanish. Yeah, it's like a Spanish film. I had a lot of fun with this, man. It's kind of it's wonky and shit, and low budget and kind of bad, but I don't know, man. I really liked it. It's pretty sleazy. I like the parts when the dude is like checking out this girl through this peephole and shit. He's just, it's just so fucking sleazy. So sleazy. But the transfer on this one, not really the greatest. It's probably because the print was so fucking bad. I can't even imagine what the DVD looked like. But it's not like horrible, but there is blemishes, there is scratches and stuff. So if you're worried about that type of thing, stay away from it. But it's really, really not bad. It's definitely watchable. Yeah, The Vampire's Night Orgy. Good shit, man. And another one, oh, this is actually a Scorpion release. Got mixed up in here, but whatever. Recently did a review on this one, and that, of course, is Dr. Death, Seeker of Souls. Oh, man. This movie's fantastic. Really good stuff. The story in this is just so good. So, again, check out my full-length review. I don't want to get into it. Make this video like 1,000 minutes long, but yeah, this was really great stuff. I love the story. I thought it was just, it was interesting. It was very unique, and the best thing about this film is the lead's performance. John Considine's performance is to die for. It's so funny. It literally is one of the best performances I've seen in like one of these early 70s films. He hams up so well. Every time he delivers a line, you're just like, oh yeah, yeah. You know, you're just kind of doing that. It's so good, man. Dr. Death, check it out, from Scorpion. Pretty much Code Red. They're brothers. And last up for the update, which I don't know why this one ended up on the bottom of the pie. Here's the big grand finale. Woohoo! This is actually the third one. I showed one of the films earlier in the DVD section, and that is Revenge of the Cheerleaders. This is the third one. The second one was done by Jack Hill and was released by Arrow. So this is the third one. I have not gotten around to watching this. And this movie right here is the film that introduced the hunk, David Hasselhoff. Yes! Look at Hasselhoff hoffing it up in the back. Oh yeah, can't wait to check this out. Look at the picture that they put on the cover. Isn't that's the shit right there. Good stuff, man. Oh, but I heard this one's pretty bad. Can't wait to check it out. I love these cheerleader films. They're just so hilariously bad. But that is going to do it for the update, guys. Pretty decent update, actually, considering I felt like I didn't really buy a lot of stuff this month. I think a lot of the stuff I'd ordered in December, and it just took forever to come in, like a month and stuff because of the holidays and shit. So yeah, I didn't really order a lot of stuff. I think February's update is going to be pretty damn small too. Probably smaller than this one. I don't know how it's going to go, but anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the update. Let's get the hell out of here, and as usual, Chars.